Hi, my name is Heather, and today I'm going to walk you through the process of uploading your files to Amazon KDP and creating your listing for your children's book. The first thing you're going to want to do is go to the KDP bookshelf, find where it says create a new title, and click on paperback and pick your language. Mine's English, and then you can pick your book title. You can skip the part about a series unless you have a series. I don't put an edition number in mine. You can put your name for the author. If you have any other contributors to your book, like an illustrator, if you're not the illustrator, you can add that in here. There's all these different kinds of contributors here. And then you can add a summary of your book. You can make yours longer. You can try to include some good keywords in here that people might search for. For the publishing rights, if you wrote it and illustrated it, then you own the copyright. The only time you would pick this as a public domain work is if you didn't write it, but it's something that's in the public domain and you have the rights to use it. But for this video, I'm assuming that you wrote and illustrated, or wrote and hired an illustrator or something. For the keywords, you can go ahead and enter your keywords for the book. These are going to be things that customers might search for. So for mine, I have a book about self-discovery, so I might do self-discovery kids book, self-esteem kids book, a children's book about a mouse. It's also set in a forest, so maybe someone would want a forest animal children's book. So you can go ahead and fill those out, and then you can pick your categories. This one was a little weird for me because I couldn't find anything that actually said children's book, but if you know, let me know in the comments. I searched through all the categories and I couldn't find children's book, so I kind of went in and just picked what seemed like it would work. So like in juvenile fiction, then I could do general under animals, maybe I could do mice. There's nursery rhymes, so if your book is a nursery rhyme, you could always do that. That's the two I'll pick are the general under animals and then mice under animals in juvenile fiction. And then I click save. Large print, I wouldn't really classify it as large print. That's kind of more for people who have like vision problems and they get novels that are large print. And then adult content, I hope there's no adult content in your children's book. And then we'll do save and continue. For the ISBN, most likely you don't have your own ISBN unless you like went onto an ISBN website and ordered one. So if you don't have one, then you do get a free KDP ISBN and you click that. And then click assign ISBN. Publication date. Leave this blank if you're publishing your book for the first time, so we'll leave it blank. And for the print options, we would want the premium color interior because the standard one says it's not recommended for books with full page color elements, so we would want to pick premium color, which is good for illustrations. And then for the trim size, if you watched my other videos, we picked the size of the book. So for mine, remember it was 8.25 by 8.25, so I'll go down here and pick that one. And then for the bleed, make sure you pick bleed. Otherwise, you'll get some errors and stuff when you go to upload your book. And then the cover finish, you can pick matte or glossy. Matte is just like not shiny. For mine, I did glossy. I think it came out pretty nice. And then we're going to upload the manuscript, which is that PDF of all the pages that we made. This can take a while, so you might want to just like walk away and do something else for a bit. Once that's done uploading, you'll get this text right here that says it uploaded successfully, and then we can upload our cover. Click on this one that says upload a cover you already have, and then upload your cover file. Go ahead and select the PDF file that we made together in the previous video. Click open. Once that's done uploading, then you also have this check mark, and it says check this box if the cover you're uploading includes a barcode. Most likely you won't check it, especially if you got the ISBN just now by checking that thing that was up at the top. Then you wouldn't even have had a barcode to put on it. So just leave that unchecked. And then you can click Launch Previewer, and then we can check everything. This takes a while, so I usually just go do something else for a bit. Once those are all done uploading, then you'll get to this page. This is the cover of the book, and you can see where they put the barcode here. So if the barcode is overlapping anything, you can go back in Photoshop and just kind of move stuff around. The red line is the safe zone, so anything that's important that you don't want cut off needs to be inside this red line. The white line is the trim line, so the stuff outside of the white line will get trimmed off. And then you can look at the rest of your pages too. We can click this arrow. This is the inside of the front cover, and then that first blank page that I added to the beginning of my PDF since I have all spreads. So then when we go to the next page, we have a spread here. So you can look at this line here, the gray line. Anything that's important that you don't want trimmed off needs to be inside the gray line. And you can also see how your spread looks as far as like things lining up. They should line up properly if you followed my video for how to create the spread. So just go through and check everything. And then you can also look over here at the quality check. And if there's anything wrong with your book, it'll list it here. Like if your cover or your pages are the wrong dimensions, or if you have stuff that's going to get cut off, then it'll detect it and say so here. But this doesn't have any errors. So it just has some kind of standard things that's telling you to check. Like the ones we talked about, the text getting cut off, you don't want any text outside here. So if that looks good, then you can click approve and scroll to the bottom. And this is the printing cost. So that's how much it's going to cost to print, and you can set your price accordingly. So if we do save and continue, for the territories, you can just leave it selected as all territories. And your primary marketplace, if you live outside of the US, you can pick whichever one of these applies to you. For the pricing, here's where you can set all your prices. If I pick $10 for the list price, and then my royalty rate is 60%, they would give me $6, except they're going to subtract the printing cost from that. So $6 minus $365 is going to be $235. So then I would make the $235. The expanded distribution is where you make it available to other bookstores. And if you do that, then you could get more sales potentially. You get a lower rate for your royalties. But since I picked the 8.25 by 8.25 book, that's actually not available for expanded distribution. So that's why I can't check that, because it's actually a non-standard size. So then everything is set down here for all the different countries where it can be sold. And after you're done with that, you can click publish your paperback book. So here is my book. It's all published, and I guess you could do an ebook if you want, but for children's books, I don't know if it really makes sense. I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments. But then you can just close it, and it is going to go in review, so it's not going to publish yet. There are a couple other things that you can do after it gets published that I will go over in the next video. But for now, that's your book published, and after it is done being reviewed, then it will be published. So I hope this video is helpful. Let me know any questions in the comments, and thanks for watching. Bye.